Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious wherever you are in the world. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously to all of my beautiful little babies, So once again, much love to you all, my delicious little babies, and much love to my newcomers who have very kindly subscribed to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. Much love to you as well, my delicious little babies. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious and wonderful time wherever you are in the world. So what do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're lovely and bright. Oh, they are, aren't they? They're not as bright as yesterday. But anyway, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong at all. It's just that some days they do not seem to want to, do you know what I mean? And then other days, you know, they seem to be juicy and bright. Okay? Anyway, looking at our weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK, it may differ in other places, my delicious little babies. So, what do we sing? The sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. Okay, so it is sun shining, still rather chilly, very dry, was drizzling this morning, but it's dry now. Okay, my delicious little babies, and once again, I'd just like to say to you all, my delicious little babies, Happy Mother's Day. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies, for dear mothers who are here, and also for dear mothers who are sadly no longer with us. Okay, so let me just begin. So, this afternoon, okay, I was out walking my beautiful, delicious little Ruby Tuesday, okay? And anyway, I happened to see my beautiful neighbours up the road. Oh, they're so beautiful, you know. They really, really are, you know. Anyway, so I've seen Mum and Dad, okay, and the little Ben, one of their little Bens, okay, because the other little son's older, okay? And so I gave the dear mum a hug. I said, Happy Mother's Day, my delicious little baby. And then, of course, you know, I give a hug to her husband as well. I said, and Happy Father's Day for when Father's Day comes. Okay, right. And, of course, the little Ben, you know, because he's a little lad, you know, they're not really one for hugging. Do you know what I mean? He's like, no, please do not hug me. Do you know what I mean? They go all a little bit odd, I think, but that's with across the board, really. You know, unless you've got a really gentle. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. Them little bairns are, you know, and they've been brought up beautifully. Okay, but what it is, you know, you got some little lads. You know what I mean, and they're very loving. Do you see what I mean? But for most, okay, oh, you know, unless it's mommy, okay, then they do not want a hug, okay? But anyway, so I was out feeding my beautiful and delicious little baby birdies and little squirrels, okay? And, well, anyway, I popped across the road, you know, the dear husband to the dear wife, yes? And what he'd done for his beautiful dear wife is he'd made her a carrot cake. My delicious little babies, he'd made it himself. He said, this is something that I do, you know, because he's British and his dear wife, because his dear self is British, his dear wife is Polish, okay? Anyway, and he likes to make a cake. Oh, he even came over with his apron on, God bless him. And look what he bought me, my delicious little babies. Have a look at this now, check this out. I'm trying to do it without, you know, because I don't want it to just go splat. But look at this. And I've left it on here so that you can see. And it's got a little sunny face. And it's got little, what are those? Well, other little faces. Okay. And then you've got, you know, at the bottom, little flowers and things like that. But most importantly, well, anyway, it's all important, isn't it, what we have in the world? But look at me cake. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Now, what his dear wife said, oh, they're such a beautiful family. She said, this I've got bits going everywhere. She said, you know, you've made the cake. She said, why don't you send a piece over for myself? I thought, oh, how beautiful is that? And I wouldn't mind, you know, but carrot cake, and I do not really have a sweet tooth, my delicious little babies, yes, but carrot cake happens to be one of my favourite cakes. So, you know, to receive that, well, anyway, my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday, okay, because she was jumping up, you know, as if to say, you know, I'd like some of that, mummy, okay, and, you know, my dear neighbour, God bless them, they're so beautiful, so thank you, my delicious little babies, okay, and thank you for thinking of me, yes, because that's so very kind, isn't it? Well, little Rubes, she wants some, so I said, well, let me do my video first. I said, then I'll cut you a piece, okay? But like I say, I'm just not one for a lot of sweet stuff, if you know what I mean, yes? But how beautiful is that, my delicious little baby? So I just wanted to share that with you, yes? That we do have, you know, sorry, we do have kindness in the world, okay? Let me just get a tissue. Yes, that's really lovely. Do you see? So, yes, I should be enjoying that with a fresh cup of coffee, because my other cup of coffee has gone a little bit cold now, so I just need to have a sip, please, and thank you. Yes, so what I want to do is, you know, this is a video today, okay, just to wish you a beautiful and happy Mother's Day, okay, wherever you are in the world, okay, because, well, it is a special time. And as we very well know, that it does seem that, well, it's not just the UK, it's globally, okay, where there does not seem to be as many births, you know, giving birth, okay. Now, there's a number of things that are going on here, my delicious little babies, yes. So one has to look at, and I mentioned months and months ago, about the old water, okay, so there's a lot going on there. So, you know, and I did mention on a video months and months ago, you know, that all sorts of things go through our water, one being, and this is not to upset, offend or hurt anybody out there, okay, that's not my intention, I'm merely doing a video, okay. You can have everything from antidepressants to contraceptive pills, because what you've got to remember is whatever goes into your system, okay, that at some point, so correct me if I'm wrong, my delicious little babies, well, it's, you know, it's like it's got to go in somewhere and it's got to exit somewhere, hasn't it? Do you see what I mean? It's in and it's out. Okay, now, unless our waterways are being looked after, which over many years they have not been, yet they still want to charge the ka-ching, then really, for all of us, we're not getting a very good service, are we? Okay? Now, I'm still in the process with my, because I've refused to pay any water bill. Yes, I have. I've refused. Okay. Now, for those of you out there, my delicious little babies who do not know, you can actually call your water board, you know, wherever it is, and you can actually ask them to send you the freedom of information, you know, for them to, which I've known this long time, okay? Yes, I have, right? Just like I know about the straw man, you only have to go onto YouTube, which I will give that, and go on to the straw man for those of you delicious and beautiful little babies out there who do not know, okay? This then helps with your, to do with everything from council tax and everything, which I do believe, I'm pretty sure I said this on a previous video months ago, my delicious little babies, but I am going to mention it again, it's just coming to me old noddle, that if you go on to, what's it called, section 13 or something, to do the council tax, that you can actually go through that, where you will not have to pay any council tax at all, my delicious little babies. Okay, now I'm not sure about those who are working or anything like that, because when I read up on it on DuckDuckGo, because that's, you know, ding ding dong dong what I go on. That's the search engine that I go through. I mean, some just prefer Google, but then I've said before, and I'm going to repeat it again, you just have to go through pages and pages and pages to get any ounce of truth out of it, okay? Whereas if you go on like DuckDuckGo, which is where I go, yes, you know, you have to go through a few pages, but then you get down to the nitty gritty. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Not like 20 pages on Google, okay? So, but yes, you know, all you have to say to your water board is, well, I'd like the freedom of, you know, of information, please. Now, from what I know of, you know, I haven't met anybody physically, to be honest with you, but when you hear the odd video here and there, and I am going to say odd, okay, there we go, right? For the ones who have inquired, you know, with their water boards, yes. Well, you see, the water boards are not very quick in responding. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So if you look at the staff, like customer service on the, you know, on the old Dog and Burn, if you can get through, by the way, because these days it seems to be very difficult to get through to anybody, doesn't it really? It's like, it's like you know, you either hear a load of music, I said this weeks ago on my videos, you know, I mean, which I've known a long time, again, see, you know, I know all this long time, but the thing is that you either get music or then, you know, they ask you to get to, you know, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and whatever other flipping option, right? But if you are blessed to get through to your water board, to speak to a voice like mine, then you just ask them about the freedom of information. Well, it seems very much to me that the customer services are not really equipped to deal with that question, because they have not been taught how to deal with it. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? It's just like on a need-to-know basis. There we go, if you get my meaning, my delicious little babies, yes. So, you know, that's what I have to say there. So you could be waiting, there we go, weeks to hear back for the freedom of information. But please just go on to the Straw Man for those of you who are new to my channel. And God bless you once again. Thank you for joining our family. Okay, you're very welcome. You're most welcome, okay? And of course, for my existing beautiful little babies, you know, well, you're always welcome anyway, aren't you? Regardless. So, you know, you've got that situation. So there are ways that you can really deal with these situations. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. You know, but like I say, at the end of the day, you see, because they try to keep you in the net, you know, they do it with like the television licenses and everything, you know. It's bullying, it's... you know, to get you to do something, what they want you to do, okay, which, you know, as we very well know, is all illegal. It is all illegal, my delicious little babies, yes, there we go. So I have to make that abundantly clear. It is illegal, okay, because really we should be living on the earth. We should have our beautiful resort, there we go, our beautiful resources, you know, and we've got everything at hand, yes, but these... okay, and the putrid little lackeys, okay, want to make our lives difficult. And to be fair with you, they've managed to do a pretty good job for most over the decades. But it does seem that things seem to be changing. There we go, seem to be changing. So as much as they're trying to do things at a rapid rate, well, guess what? We are also doing things, there we go, at a rapid rate. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? So, the heat is on, the heat is on. Oh, yes. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Now, just to let you know, well, I have received, you see, my beautiful and delicious little beautiful baby daughters. And how I love you so, my delicious little babies. Well, I mean, they're not babies. Well, I mean, they're always going to be babies to me, but they're not babies anymore. I mean, they're nearly 17 and, 21, just turned 21. So, but they know I love my flowers. Okay, so I was bought a little box of chocolates, okay, which really, to be fair, would take me forever, there we go, to eat, okay. And also they bought me some beautiful little flowers, some little tulips. I love flowers. I love any kind of flower, but they know this anyway with me. Do you see what I mean? Because they're so very beautiful, okay? And so is my eldest daughter's, her beautiful little boyfriend, okay? And they're just so beautiful. And anyway, he wanted to sign the card as well, my delicious little babies, okay? So I should just read out because it's really important, especially if you have sons or daughters who live close to each other. So in my life, I've never had my daughters. This is just me personally, my delicious little babies. Others have different, yes? Or say if you've got ones who live at a distance, like brothers and sisters, sisters and sisters, brothers and brothers, okay? So they would send separate cards, but for my daughters, they're like very close compact. So therefore, well, apart from when my eldest daughter's at university, which, she's on her way back now. But the fact of the matter is, and my youngest daughter's at work. So, as well as at college as well. So, so the thing is that if that's the case, I've always received one card because it's one, isn't it? There we go, that's the way I see it. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, but of course, when it's their birthdays and Christmas, which of course I send separate because they're two separate little babies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But then at the end of the day, you only get one mother, just like one father. Do you see? So it's like, dear Mum, happy Mother's Day. Wishing you the best day. Have a bath and relax. Oh, right. Lots of love. And my daughters, okay, and kisses. But my future son-in-law, oh, God bless him, such a beautiful, dear baby, and he's so respectful. Do you understand what I mean, okay? Because very sadly, and especially over the years, that I've known, do you understand what I mean? And I do not mean it disrespectfully or hurtful or anything, but not everybody's made the same way. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But anyway, he said to me eldest daughter, he said, can I write in the card as well? And she said, yes. So he put, too beautiful, and my name, Mia, okay? He put, thank you for always being so lovely and kind and making me feel so welcome. Oh, and then a heart and lots of love in his name. Do you see? My delicious little baby. So isn't that just beautiful? Because he said, your mum's just lovely. Your mum's just really lovely. He's always said that. God bless him. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But of course, I'm nearly 50 this year. I never normally act my age. Please do not get me wrong or anything, you know what I mean? But I do not, I love beautiful, dear little animals. So this is only a figure of speech. But, I do not like to go out like mutton dressed as lamb. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Like it's as if, you're a certain age and then you're sort of dressing in a different age. I know that they do say that one can, feel as young as what they feel, but sometimes, I'm not a liking, okay? Everybody can do what they want to do, of course. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, but what I'm talking about is I can have the crack, I can have a laugh. There we go, that's what I mean by that. Do you see what I'm saying? But of course, no swearing. Not around my daughters, my beautiful little daughters, or my beautiful, dear little son-in-law to be. No. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? No. That's just me. I've got nothing against anybody else who swears. That's entirely up to them. I can swear myself on occasion, my delicious little babies, but if we look at how I was brought up, neither my dear mother, God rest her beautiful dear little soul, I've already said Happy Mother's Day, and to my beautiful dear little Nana. Oh, God rest your beautiful dear little soul. I've already said Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, okay? And to my beautiful aunties. Oh, God bless, I've already said, right? But we was just not brought up in a household, my mum, my dad, of swearing. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying, like I said, that I do not swear from time to time, because I flipping can, I can flipping right cuss. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, it's a rarity that ever happens. Do you see what I mean? But I will not swear in front of my bairns now. Do you see what I mean? That's just me personally. I've got nothing against anybody who swears. So in case anybody out there seems to think that I do, my delicious little babies, well, you're very much mistaken, because I always believe, live and let live, okay? Just not around my bairns. Do you see what I mean? And that's when they were grown up as well, okay? I just wouldn't tolerate it. Job done. And anybody who knows me will tell you so, okay? So anyway, so it's been a lovely and happy Mother's Day, you know what I mean? And I just wanted, because as much as you got happiness, you got some dear mums here in the world, physically I'm talking about, like a physical vessel, okay? You are going to have those out there who very sadly are not, no longer sorry with us. Do you see what I mean? And then what was also on my mind as well yesterday evening and then this morning was like, dear mums who, that they should have their little bairns, their little babies with them. Yes, and very sadly they're not. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but I always believe, simply because, I've been a reader for years and I'm very spiritual, and I am, there we are, you see what I mean, and I am a medium, and do you know what I mean, qualified angelic healer, yes. At the end of the day, I believe in all things, and I believe that, yes, somebody may not be here physically, because that's what we miss, isn't it? We miss the hugs, we miss the kisses from our dear loved ones, our dear family members, with some, their dear husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, do you see what I mean, family members, okay? But I truly believe, which I do, that from spirit, they're always with us, and I'm a firm believer in that. There we are, and I always will be. And that's why, my delicious little babies, I never feel alone. And it's really hard for some of you to understand, yes? Because I know, dear beautiful little souls, where they just do not like being on their own. Do you see? But for me, I've never felt on my own. Ever. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. And I remember when my eldest daughter, only little at a time, and she's only about, how old was she now? She's got to be about 7, I would have said. 7. She's 21 now, just turned 21. But I always remember, one evening, and, I put the bunk beds together, and did the rooms out really beautifully, because I'd split up with the dad, a while before. Okay, and I thought, right, so, so we ordered this flat pack, and I thought to myself, right, I'm going to flipping, do you know what I mean, work it out so I can put the flipping bunk beds together. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, but I also wanted to do the beautiful little bedroom, because it's like a 2-bedroom flat, first floor flat. So I thought, what I want to do, I want to do the little bedroom out really beautiful. Do you see what's up? There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But I thought the room wasn't large enough to like put 2 beds. Do you see what I mean? So I had to do it in a bunk bed way. Do you see what I mean? So what happened was, so it took me a while. Okay, and then that was their weekend for them to go over to their dad's. Okay, so what happened was, because prior to that they had different, other bed. Okay, so but I needed something that was just going to be to create space in the room. Do you see? And that's why I had to come up with that idea. Okay, sometimes you've got to improvise, haven't you? Anyway, so I spent the flipping all of a Saturday evening doing this flipping bunk bed, and then I thought, hold on a minute. So then what happened was, my delicious little baby was right, when I managed to put it all together, okay, because I want to tell you what, I've never ever put a bunk bed together in my life. Jesus, I put other things together. Do you understand what I mean? Because you get the instructions and sometimes it's not always clear. And I'm sure that for some of you delicious little babies out there, you're going to get my meaning. It's not always very clear, is it? The instructions. And sometimes you have to read and read and read and then read it again. There we go. You said to me to get it into your old noddle and you have to work out. So the best thing to do with any situation like that, as I've learnt over the years, is that, you know, when you open any pack or whatever you do, first of all, you take out any screws, any, you know, that are in bags. You check it all. Do you see what I mean? Just so that you know that, say, if you're halfway through something, you know what I mean, that you haven't quite got enough screws. So you have to really use your noddle to know to do this first. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, by that time, fast forward. So what happened was, I'll go back to what I wanted to say very shortly, right? I don't know why, I'm just taking a trip down memory lane. Something's just making me do it, and this is not rehearsed, my delicious little babies. It's just something that I'm just saying to you all. So I managed to put it together, right? So you got the base, you got everything, right? And I thought, well, how am I going to get it out of the room on my own? Right? Because I thought, well, I've done all that, but how am I going to be able to get it from the lounge to the flipping bedroom? And it was really awkward. It was like awkward the way it was, because you had the door, okay, to the lounge. And then you had the stairs to the right, I could see it now. And then, you know, then I had my bedroom opposite, but then it sort of went that way. Do you see what I mean? To my daughter's, my beautiful baby daughter's bedroom. And I thought, well, how am I going to flipping do this now? And I thought I couldn't do it on my own. So I had to go down, knock on a neighbour's door. And I said, can you please help me? Just so that I could finish the job. Do you see what I mean? Because if you've done the main, then you can get the rest done. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, so I worked, you know, on that for the rest of the evening, but I did get it done. And then I did all of the room beautiful and everything, you know. And at that time, even though like you had a door to open, I got like these, what they're called, I forgot what they're flipping called now. And you put them, you know, at the top of the door, and it's like when you walk through, it's like I know what I'm talking about, and you walk through, and oh, it was beautiful. I've got to be honest, it was a beautiful room, yes. Anyway, so by the time they came back, oh, they were super duper happy. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's like they couldn't believe, their little eyes just lit up. It was, you know, for me, that was a beautiful memory. Anyway, well, fast forward, but going back to what I originally wanted to say, okay? So my eldest daughter, who was young at the time, yes, so she said to me the one night, you know, so I got the baths and everything, and we'd done the reading, done everything with them. Do you understand what I mean? Because what I used to do is I just used to lie on top of the bed. Do you know what I mean? I used to be in the bed, I used to lie on top of the bed and just read them a story. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And, you know, just to do their hair and everything for them, make sure to brush their teeth. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? And just used to have a little, and we used to have a little natter. And my dear eldest daughter, she said to me, and she, like I said, she was only little, and she said, Mummy, she said, can you please come here a minute? You know, because I tucked them into bed and everything. And I said, yes. I said, you all right? She says, yes. She said, I've got a message for you. I said, what's that message? She said, Grandad has left you a jug of flowers in the kitchen. And he said to say, I love you. Look at that. Now, look how young my eldest daughter, my little bairn, was, yes? And she'd never, ever met my granddad. God rest his beautiful, dear little soul. My beautiful, dear little Nana's. God rest her beautiful, dear little soul, yes? She'd never, ever met him in her life. He passed when I was 9 years of age. Yes, and I even asked her, I said, do you know what dear little granddad looks like? And she gave me a flipping description. And that's exactly how he looked. I said, Thank you, my little baby. I said, can you please tell him? I said, anyway, I said, he'd be able to hear me anyway. I said, thank you, dear Grandad. I said, how I love you so. Okay? And then, you know, she just, you know, went off to sleep. She said to me, and I just left the little lamp on. She said to me, and then when they were asleep, I just switched the lamp off. I never closed the door because I like to, do you understand what I'm saying to you? So I could hear, do you know what I mean? So they could just, instead of, you know, I mean, to be honest, none of my daughters, I've got to be honest with you, had nightmares. None of them did. Do you see to me? But I always left the door open, you know, just in case they wanted to come and then come into my room, you know. And you know what little bairns are like. For those of you who are blessed to have bairns, and I'm not saying this to hurt, offend or upset anybody out there, okay, but for those of you who know, you know, they'll come and jump in your bed. Do you understand what I mean? Or really early in the morning. Do you see what I mean? They're just creeping next to you. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Okay? Oh gosh, those are the days, you know. When you know, when you look back, you know, and you just see, it's beautiful memories, really. And that's all that this video was about, really, but it wasn't rehearsed. It's just something that I just wanted to share with you all. So talking about the spiritual side of things, yes, I'm a firm believer. Do you see? That even though your dear loved ones may not be here in a physical form, they're there all the time. Do you see what I mean? And sometimes they're giving you pointers, or sometimes, you know, they can come in your birth race. Do you understand what I mean? Nobody else can see them, but you can. Do you see? So they could either be giving you a warning about something. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, you know, just to be very careful if you're going to be doing something, or there could be many reasons why dear loved ones, you know, why you would feel their presence. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And the only time I've ever, and this is no word of a lie, my delicious little babies, the only time I've ever seen my dear mum, she said to me, well, once again, God rest her beautiful dear little soul, yes. Whenever I've seen her, it's usually been a warning. It's like she's come straight to my birth race, and that's only ever been twice in my life since she passed, and that's over 20 years ago. God bless her. God bless my beautiful dear little mama bear. Do you say? But yes, and each time it was a warning. Do you say? And it was a warning when my dear Nana, God rest her beautiful dear soul again. Oh, I love them so much. You know, nobody would ever know how much I miss them, you know. But I know that they're with me. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But sometimes it's just lovely just to be able to just, you know, you could pick up the old dog and burn, have a little natter. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, I mean, you know, that's the side that you miss, and, you know, and the hugs from our beautiful Nana Bear. Do you understand what I mean? And everything, you know, you just miss that, you know. Because my dear mum, she wasn't a very huggy lady. God bless her, not a very huggy woman at all, no. God bless her. But some are not, are they? You know, man and woman are different, aren't they? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but you do miss those times. And so for anybody out there, all I want to really say to you is anybody who's, you know, left your life, whether it's been natural circumstances or in some cases not so natural, you know, well, do you know what I mean? Please just be rest assured that your beautiful, dear little loved ones, you know, they are with you. Do you understand what I mean? And getting back to my dear mum, yes, it was when my dear Nana was poorly. And I never knew that she'd flipping had a fall, did I? And my dear mum, right, it was that strong that even a flipping, this piece of wood that I had in my bedroom at the time, okay, because I was going to be taking down this, what's it called, this built-in wardrobe, and it was going to be taken down, so I took the door off it. Anyway, that flipping fell on me, didn't it? And it was something that wasn't very natural, and all I could see was like this mist. And anyway, my mum, her bow trace was in my flipping bow trace. I thought, what's the matter? And then it was about 20 to 30, I'm trying to remember if it was 20 or 30 minutes later, then I got a call to say that my dear Nana would have to go into hospital. She broke both her flipping, she'd fallen, God bless her beautiful dear little soul, she'd fallen, but she landed on a, you know, on her wrists, and she broke both her flipping hands, didn't she? You know, her wrists, sorry. So she had to go into, you know, into hospital, God bless her. But yeah, look at that, what happened. And then the time after that, I seen me dear, beautiful, dear mama's boat race, yes, straight in my boat race, okay? It didn't matter if I turned left, turned up, turned right. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? It was when my dear Nana was, she was really poorly. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? And that's the time, because I mentioned this months ago on my videos, yes? And that's the time when I never let anyone know that I was going to be arriving, and I just flipping landed there. Yeah, that was the time. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So my dear mum, in spirit, let me know. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? So for those of you out there, please just, you know, never feel that you're on your own, because you're not. And if you look at it, none of us are on our own. Sometimes you may feel it, because, you know, if you spend a lot of time on your own for some, you know, for others, there's a very old-fashioned saying, you know, and some of you delicious little babies will know this saying, sometimes you could have 100 man or woman in a room, yes, and you can still feel lonely. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes, but with me, I never feel lonely. And I talk to my dear spirit, and I talk to my dear beautiful loved ones, family members, ancestors. They're also beautiful family who's passed. You know, I talk to them all the time. And like, you know, my dear little friends, you know, lovely little friends who have passed as well. Do you see what I'm saying? And the beautiful little animals as well. Do you see what I'm saying? So in my mind, they're not really gone. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, they're still with me. But, you know, you will get some in the world where, God bless them, they just simply just do not get over something, you know, and I have met many, you know, like I said in a previous video months ago, on one of my videos, you know, took me years to get over my beautiful dear mama and my beautiful dear little Nana, yes. I mean, when I was little with my beautiful dear granddad, I was very little then. I mean, I do remember that I was upset for rather a long time, but, you know, when you're a young bairn, you do tend to sort of, well, I found with myself, I mean, I cannot speak for others, okay, but I did bounce back quicker, if you know what I mean. Do you see what I mean? To me, it sort of hits you, not like physically, but it hits you when you're older. Do you see what I mean? So it can be more upsetting, and of course, the longer that you have somebody in your life, do you see what I mean? And it's like you get that bond, don't you? Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's like you form a bond. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes. So, you know, I just wanted to say, I do not know. Anyway, there's a reason why I've said what I've just said, yes? So, you know, some of you may find it very boring, but others of you, you know, you may listen to it and think, yes, you know, you could have a nana, a granddad, God bless, you could have an auntie and uncle, God bless, you could have, you know, they're also beautiful, beautiful dear little friends, God bless, you know, beautiful dear little mum or dad. For those of you, because some have lived different lives, you know, they could have a stepmother or a foster mother who was more like a mother to them. Do you see what I mean? So many have had different lives, do you see? But never ever feel, for those of you out there, that you're on your own, because you're not. And sometimes it does feel that way, but please, you must never feel that way, okay? Just feel that comfort around you. And especially when you go warm, because that usually means the angels are around you, okay? So when, you know, you have this sudden, well, I mean, I suppose unless for some delicious little babies, you know, you go through the menopause or something, do you know what I mean, yes? But, and God bless you with that as well, because I've been experiencing, very much so, experiencing it myself, yes. But, you know, but for others, you know, do you see what I mean? You feel the warmth, it's usually your dear angels. And then, you know, if you feel the coldness down the left side or a coldness down the right side, that's usually your dear either spirit guides or your dear loved ones who are, you know, just coming and sitting next to you. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So anyway, so I'm going to end the video there. So please, you know, wherever you are in the world, once again, wishing you all the most beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, okay? And please take care of yourselves, and please try and take care of others as best as you can as well, okay? Because we are in rather you know, just figure of speech, saying dire situations right now, okay? So everybody needs to stick together, yes? Not be apart. So until my next video, thank you so very much for even taking the time to listen to me today. It was just a little trip down memory lane. I just do not know why, okay? There's clearly a reason why, you know, I'm sure I'll find out the reason why anyway. But anyway, so until my next video, much love, continue to feel the love, okay? Please give a hug, or a kiss, or a tap on the back, a shake of the old hand. I've done that the wrong way around, my delicious little babies again. But, you know, to some family members, some friends, some work colleagues, okay? And please tell them that they're beautiful, wonderful, juicy and delicious, and that you love them so. Okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, so much love to you all, okay? You just take care of yourselves now. And please just stay as happy and well as what you can, okay? And if you do start to get a little bit down for anybody out there, please go and find somebody else to talk to, okay? Please do not carry that burden on your shoulders or on your mind all on your own, okay? Because if you do that, well, it's no good. You must never hold it within, okay? Because you do that and it can make, you know, some out there very poorly. And I have seen this in my decades, okay? So just try and find somebody just to talk to, okay? Listening out is always very important, okay? There's always somebody to listen. May not seem like it. You could even go walking out so you can meet a stranger. And even if you just have a little natter, do you see what I mean? Then you're on your way. Even by doing that, you know, you've released something. You could talk to them, they could talk to you. You may not ever see them again in your life, but they turned up at that time just for you to have that conversation. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes? So anyway, much love. God bless. I'm going to make a fresh cup of coffee now, and I'm going to have some carrot cake. Okay, that was very kindly said. God bless them, how I love them so. And my beautiful and delicious little Ruby Tuesday is going to be having a piece as well. Okay, so you just take care now. God bless. Thank you. Goodbye.